Are you part of the corporate world, but you struggle to discuss money matters? Do you not feel confident when talking about financial issues in the real world? Well, if those are some of your problems, this video is definitely for you. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to idiomatic language, advanced vocabulary about money, and this will help you become fluent, confident, not only about speaking, but it will also help you to understand what people are saying. For example, if someone uses the phrase in the red or in the black, by the end of this video, you are going to know what they are talking about. Have you heard phrases like break the bank and you don't know what it means? Well, this video will educate you about it. Not only will you get definitions, but I will present you with real life scenarios on how to use these phrases. So, if you're ready, let's get started. But first, just a quick note about me. I'm Nas. I'm a native English speaker. I am SALTO certified and Business English accredited. And if you think that this video is going to help you, please take a moment to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get started. First up, break the bank. And what does break the bank mean? It means to spend too much money or to use all your money on something. Has this ever happened to you? Have you seen your dream car or your dream home and you just had to have it even though you knew you couldn't really afford it? Well, that was when you broke the bank. So buying a luxury car, buying a Ferrari, buying a Lamborghini will definitely break the bank for the average individual. Next up, we have a penny for your thoughts. And a penny for your thoughts means asking someone what they are thinking about. Hey, comment below. A penny for your thoughts. So how can I use this in the everyday world? Maybe not in a business setting, but it is a money-related idiom. You look deep in thought. You look troubled. A penny for your thoughts. Are you struggling with that deadline? A penny for your thoughts. Third on the list is money doesn't grow on trees. And as a child growing up, many have heard this phrase when asking for something that was expensive or unaffordable at that time or in that moment. And money doesn't grow on trees is a reminder that money is limited and must be earned or used wisely. Can we use this in everyday conversation? Absolutely. You can't keep spending money like that. Money doesn't grow on trees. No, you cannot have that new iPhone. Money doesn't grow on trees. Do you like this idiom or do you think that it is a very limiting belief? I'd like to know your thoughts. Please comment and join the conversation. Next up, we have living beyond your means or living beyond one's means. And this means spending more money than you can realistically afford. So she's living beyond her means with all those expensive vacations. Has there ever been a time in your life when you lived beyond your means? Maybe even when you were a student and you were hanging out with your friends and going out every night and spending more money than you could afford. I'd love to know your thoughts. Number 5 is a lovely one, nest egg. And a nest egg is a sum of money saved for the future, usually for retirement, for emergencies, for COVID-19 lockdown. Let's use this one in a sentence. We've been building up our nest egg for when we retire. Now we move on to the colors, in the red and in the black. And in the red apparently is the bad one. Okay, I need time to wrap my brain around this one because when I see red, I see Ferrari, Lamborghini. But I suppose that if I bought one of those, I would be breaking the bank and I might be in a red Ferrari, but I would be in the red, wouldn't I? So maybe not a good thing. So being in the red means being in debt or having a negative bank balance. Clearly not a good situation. So after that unexpected expense, I'm in the red this month. So maybe my roof caved in, or I had a leaky roof and I had to fix it, and that was a huge expense. So after that unexpected expense, I'm in the red this month. I'm in debt. I have a negative bank balance. But on the flip side, we have in the black, and in the black means to be financially healthy or profitable. So a company that is in the black is financially healthy, it's profitable, it has a positive balance. I'm going to say that there are quite a few big companies that are in the black. I'm going to assume that Amazon is in the black. How can we use this when talking in a corporate environment? Well, our business is finally in the black after 2 years of losses. So maybe during COVID, your company was in the red. And that was the situation with many, many companies, especially restaurants. Am I correct? But now they are back in the black. So in the black, they are financially healthy. They are profitable once again. Number 8 on the list is pay through the nose. And when you pay through the nose, you pay too much money for something. So I went to a fancy hotel and we paid through the nose. Or you go for a dinner and it's a beautiful restaurant, stunning lake views, great meal. You order a bottle of wine and then finally dessert, and you get the bill. And OMG, that was a pretty expensive dinner, and you feel like you paid too much. So you could say, I paid through the nose. Now, number 9 is a unique concept that I sometimes struggle with, and it is tighten your belt. And if you tighten your belt, it means to spend less money or to reduce spending due to financial difficulties. And when there are financial difficulties, if there's an economic crisis, maybe you lose your job, you need to tighten your belt. You need to spend less money. So an example sentence would be, hey, we need to tighten our belts until we can get back on our feet financially. When it's time to tighten your belt, what do you reduce your spending on? Comment and let me know. There have been some suggestions that if you want to tighten your belt, you want to cut back on expenses, you want to reduce spending, you can get rid of Netflix. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Now, number 10 on the list is cost an arm and a leg, and I think this is one of the more popular common idioms. And if it costs an arm and a leg, it's very, very expensive. So if someone says, this watch cost me an arm and a leg, well, he's probably wearing a Rolex or a Hublot, right? So it's very, very expensive. Now, I'd like to know your thoughts. Please comment and join the conversation. Have you ever paid through the nose for something? And was it worth it? So, have you ever been to an amazing restaurant where you paid through the nose? It was expensive, but it was worth it. Now, time for a little recap. What does in the red mean? Please comment below. So just write down number 1 and the answer. In the red means A, you're financially healthy. B, you are in debt or losing money. Or C, you've just received a bonus. And number 2, just write down number 2 and the corresponding letter. Which phrase means to save money for the future? A, break the bank, B, nest egg, or C, pay through the nose. Okay, but I have something else in store for you. So a couple more phrases that are related to money. And the first one is trust fund. And a trust fund is a sum of money, or it's a property or other assets held for the benefit of another person, and it's typically managed by a trustee. A trust fund. Have you heard of a trust fund baby? Yeah, I think Paris Hilton was a trust fund baby. Please comment and let me know if you can think of any other trust fund babies. Next up, we have a monthly allowance, and a monthly allowance is a regular amount of money given for everyday expenses. Did you get a monthly allowance when you were a student? Number 3 on the new list is dip into one's savings. And what does it mean if I dip into my savings? It means that I'm going to use my savings for immediate needs or emergencies. And I think that during COVID, many people were forced to dip into their savings. Now, here's a nice one, mortgage. And a mortgage is a loan taken out specifically to buy a home or property. And it is paid back with interest over a long period. So when you take out a mortgage, it's usually 10, 20, even 30 years. And the last one for today is to run up debts. To run up debts and means to accumulate debts through overspending or not paying off what you owe. Now, before I sign off, I just want to talk about 4 more phrases related to banking, financing, loans, and mortgages. The first one is the interest rate, and the interest rate is the percentage that's charged on a loan. So when you are asking the bank for a loan, you can ask, what kind of interest rate are you offering on this loan? 10%, 5%, depending on the country, 3%. South African mortgages, I think 17%. And then there's the down payment. And what is the down payment? It's the initial payment made when buying something expensive, like a house, a down payment or the deposit. So when you are talking to your bank manager, you can say, I can make a down payment of $20,000, but I'll need a loan for the rest. So what kind of interest rate are you offering on this loan? Third on the list is a savings account, and a savings account is a bank account that earns interest. Basically, it's your money in the account. So when you're speaking to your bank manager about your mortgage and you finalize the down payment and the interest rate, you can say, I'll transfer the money from my savings account once we agree on the loan terms and once we've signed the documentation. This is a unique one, a credit score, and a credit score is a number representing the credit worthiness of a person. So how dependable or how credit worthy is the person? So your credit score will impact the interest rate we offer on your mortgage. That's what your bank manager would say. The higher your credit score, the lower the interest rate. So your credit score will impact the interest rate we offer on your mortgage. These phrases will help you to improve your fluency, your understanding when others are speaking, and also your confidence. Because if you understand what's going on around you, you'll feel more confident responding. And with these phrases, you will be able to respond at a higher level or using a more advanced level of English. So if these are issues that you struggle with, please do like and subscribe, because these are the kinds of topics that we cover in all our videos. My aim, my mission is to introduce advanced vocabulary and phrases to you, the ESL student, someone who is in the real world and needs real world English. Just a quick note, this vocabulary is related to the Pearson Business English B2 Plus workbook or student book, and it is Unit 3.1 and Unit 3.2. There is also a free PDF download, so click on the link in the description and get access to our material.